When churches change how they're going to use their property, they often run into complicated and expensive zoning issues. It is important for churches to anticipate these issues before they turn into major problems. There are three, I would say, top zoning issues that a church can run into. The first is zoning district restrictions. Zoning regulations typically divide areas into different zoning districts. Each district has its own set of permitted land uses. When a church wants to change how it's going to use its property, it may find that the new use is not permitted in the district. The second issue that churches often run into is off-street parking requirements. Changes in a property's use can lead to increased parking demands and basically change how off-street parking numbers are calculated. Zoning authorities often require churches to provide a certain number of parking spaces based on the type of use or uses that are active on the property. So a change in that use may alter the number of parking spots the church is required to provide. The third issue that we often see come up is with respect to conditional use permits. In some cases, churches are operating at their property pursuant to a conditional use permit. This is a type of land use permit that was granted based on the church's ability or willingness to comply with certain use conditions. So when a church looks to change how it's using its property, it needs to be sure that it is not violating one of the conditions of its existing conditional use permit. All the three of these issues are much easier to deal with when they are addressed up front before the use is changed. And so if your church needs any assistance evaluating the changes of use and how it wants to use its excess property and needs help anticipating the possible zoning issues it may run into, please just give us a call. We're happy to help.